Hey guys, welcome back. It is the end of the second week, which means the second studio vlog is commencing. So welcome back guys. If you don't know who I am, basically I am the Mike James. I've been a content creator full-time now for about a year and a half. I'm also a coach, and I've also been working for Katnipp for about a year, packaging orders and just helping around the studio. So that's what these studio vlogs are all about. It's documenting what I've been doing here at Katnipp. However, I'm doing it with a bit of a twist. So some of you guys may or may not know from the last week's vlog, I am going to be talking about different topics, and today is the first studio vlog where I'm going to be talking about a particular subject regarding content creation, and hopefully I'll be able to give something back to you so that you guys can start that thing that you've been putting off for so long. If you've enjoyed the topics that were spoken about in today's video guys, I do stream live on Twitch if you want to come and talk to me about today's topic. I do just chatting so we can talk about you, we can talk about your business, and we can try and help one another in achieving our goals. And you can do that by visiting twitch.tv/the Mike James, or the link will be down in the description. Without further ado guys, let's just jump into the video. So for the last year I've worked at Katnipp and it's been so fun, but I've also been doing my own things outside of Katnipp as well, and one of those is building up a coaching program with a group of other streamers for live streamers on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, etc. And one of the biggest things that it kind of boils down to is mindset. So whilst you're watching me package hundreds of pumpkin mouse mats today, we literally sold so many of these guys, you have no idea. I'm going to be talking about mindset, and I really hope you really enjoy this video and get some value from it. So a lot of us out there that are listening or going to watch this video probably want to start a business, or probably want to leave our jobs, or are just probably unhappy with some aspect of our lives. And maybe you're not, maybe you're perfectly content and you're just watching this video for a bit of entertainment, in which case thank you so much, and I hope that you guys can still chime in as well. But one thing that I have found in the last year of coaching and just trying to break down business is people's mindsets. Now, I'm not going to be talking about self-awareness in this video. That's probably going to be an entirely video on its own. But self-awareness is technically a mindset, and it's a skill that you can develop, and it's probably one of the most useful in building up your business. But today I wanted to take a look at things like fearing what other people think and what you think of yourself, and thinking that your content and your products aren't good enough, and fear of failure. All of these things I have experienced myself, and I'm going to tell you a story about that, and we'll talk a little bit about what helped me overcome it, in hopes that you guys will overcome it too. So my story isn't unique. I don't have a special story. What I do have though is a story of how I let a fear of what other people think stop me from following my true dreams and my true happiness. And this all started about 10 years ago when I got into YouTube and I really wanted to make a gaming YouTube career. I saw other people beginning to do that, and this was at a time when YouTube was just not very popular, it wasn't very sought after and as a career. And I actually started a gaming channel in Call of Duty, and I really just wanted to make gaming content as a job. And I quickly realized that in order to do that, I'm going to need to have a face cam, and it's going to have to be a part of my content. Now, unfortunately, being a bigger teenager and a bigger guy, I always feared that the moment that I showed my face on anything, I would be ridiculed. I thought I would get attacked by thousands of people. I thought that the world would be against me, and this was so far from the truth when it finally happened. But it was a hell of a journey. So I actually stopped making videos when I got into college about 7 years ago, because I actually got, in fact it was way longer than that, it was about 8-9 years ago, and it was because I got scared of what other people thought, and I thought it would be better to focus on my studies. Now, unfortunately, I actually came to regret this a little bit later on, and recently realized that if I hadn't had gone and studied, I probably could have been so much further in my career right now as a content creator. However, that's the path that I took, and I wanted to say that even when I started coming back to Twitch and YouTube back in sort of about 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't use a face cam. And the first face cam I actually used was a 240p webcam, because I thought if I used a really bad quality webcam, then it wouldn't highlight any of the flaws that I saw in myself. And it actually took me until about 6 months into streaming where I actually finally upgraded to a 1080p webcam, and I suddenly realized that once everybody could see me in Super HD, I was like, nobody's saying anything about the way that I look, about my weight, about anything that I was super self-conscious about. So why was I so scared? Well, it was just that fear of what other people think, and the only thing that helped me overcome that was just jumping in and pushing through my mindset, and I wish I had done it sooner. I have to just point this out real quickly and take a moment from the story to tell you guys that every Wednesday there's like a practice fire bell, and I forget about it every week, and every week it scares the hell out of me. And here you can hear the alarm will go off in a second, and I sort of just made a bit of a cheesy reaction, but it's true, I always forget about this and it always scares me.
Digitally or traditionally, I actually like to use.
So I could probably ask many of you watching this video, do you have an Etsy store? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have this? Do you have that? And some of you would say yes, and I would give you a great big hug for pursuing what it is that you love. Some of you would say no, and I would ask you why. And I can guarantee that any excuse that most people would give me would boil down to being too worried about what other people are going to think, being too worried that what they are doing isn't good enough, and they're too worried about being perfect. Now, nobody is perfect. I can't tell you how many changes I have made to my content, how many changes Catherine has made to Katnipp over the years, and she actually looks back at some of the older designs and crucifies them, and I don't know why, because I think they're fantastic. But changing is part of growth, and it's important that you accept that when you start out, the first 100 products that you produce, or the first 100 videos that you produce, are probably gonna suck. And I hate to be blunt about it because I want to inspire people, but in order to understand that you will get there, it just takes time, and it takes failure, and it takes practice, and you will build yourself up. Think about that moment. If you're an artist, or you're a creator, or you're a creative person, think back to the time when you very first drew your first picture. I can guarantee that your parents probably stuck it on the fridge door, and it was the highlight of your younger self's career. But if you were to look back at that now, you probably wouldn't show a soul, because you'd be too worried that it just looked so bad. I mean, some of you probably had really good skill. I'm not saying that everybody was bad, but I'm just trying to drive home a point that unfortunately a lot of this drives down to the fact that we're becoming too scared about what other people think, about being perfect, and about not paying off in the future. We're so scared that if we give it our all now and it doesn't pay off in a year's time, then it'll have been for nothing. But as you dive headfirst into this, you're going to find that when you hit your first hurdle, you're going to alter your direction, and you're going to maybe jump over the hurdle, or you're going to do a U-turn and go in a different direction, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is that you're happy. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to just tell you that all of these fears are perfectly normal, but they're holding a lot of people back. So if you feel like any of these fears are holding you back, or you feel like you've overcome one of these, please share your story with us in the comments. I would really appreciate it, because maybe you can inspire somebody to make the change, because that's what I did. I pushed aside all fears and pushed through my comfort zone and went into my own comfort zone, put myself on camera, then started making YouTube videos with myself on camera, and I haven't had one bad comment. And I'm just taking this moment to reflect on the sort of change that I've witnessed in so many people, including myself. over the last 6 months to a year. And I cannot stress that once you put aside the fear and become who you were born to be, using Lord of the Rings quote there, brownie points if you got that before I said it, but everything you see here in the Katnipp studio, my entire job at Katnipp only exists because of the vision of one person, and that person was Catherine, who jumped out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, I have an idea for what I want to do. And Dean said, Catherine, you need to have a backup plan. Do you have a backup plan? And Catherine said no, because this will work. And she hit a lot of hurdles and she doubted herself occasionally along the way. But one thing that always guided her direction was the thought process of that she would succeed. So if you're sat there right now and you want to go down a certain career path, or you want to start your own store or start a YouTube channel, first and foremost, before you do anything, you need to envision what it is that you want to do and where you want to be in life in 5, 10, 15 years, and start breaking that down into monthly goals, into weekly goals, and you just need to get started. And I am here with you 100%. If you guys want to join my Discord, the link will be down below. I'm more than happy to join all of you on your journey to becoming business people. We have a business section and a business room, and we have a room for sharing things and for sharing content. I am here for you 100% of the way, and if you want to use me to brainstorm ideas, or you want to use the community to brainstorm ideas for content creation and art and whatever it is that you do in life, then I am here for it, because I took the plunge about 2 years ago to become self-employed, and I can happily say that it took me 2 years, but I finally achieved my dream of allowing my fiance to quit work, and I can provide for the family, and one day we'll have kids and it's going to be great. But thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I've been the Mike James. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.